Oh, hello, hello. Is this thing on? Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Microphone check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Once again, live on Twitch. You tuned in to another episode of Bose 831 Gaming live on Twitch. And tonight we're playing Farming Simulator 25. And we're on the Riverbend Springs map. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day, night, or whatever it is in your neck of the woods or in your part of the world. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream. And now that we've established the sound check, we've done our little intro. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. First of all, before we get started, we got a lot of setup to do tonight because we had a game patch and a game update. The big news out of the game update is that we had a patch that fixed various bugs. I'm not going to go into detail as to the change log for that patch. You can go to the Farming Simulator website and look all that information up. But I will kind of highlight one of the major things for me or for folks watching the stream is, I play on the Xbox Series X, and one of the updates did provide for different game modes to affect the game's graphics and the game's performance on next gen consoles. They have now added a option for a performance mode in the game, and that is the setting that I have the game on now. There's allegedly been some graphical improvements as such as well. I haven't had a lot of time to play the game since the update. The update was rolled out on Tuesday night, Tuesday, yesterday. I did not get a lot of playing time on the game since the update. I did do a little bit of playing and testing last night, but not a whole lot, like I said. And we're all kind of doing the live beta of it, kind of sort of right now while we're online tonight. And if you're looking at the calendar now in game, you obviously can see that we've kind of advanced time a little bit here, and we're now in the month of November. We've done quite a few things off camera. Now we've continued to work contracts. We have merged fields 3, 4, and 5. We put grass down on fields 2, 3, 4, and 5. Here, let's go to the growth calendar and you kind of see what's going on there. In the area where we merged the fields, I'm still going to have to go back here and on a different day, go ahead and hit the parts of the field that I merged with fertilizer again, because those areas are still in a different fertilizer state from the main field. The main fields had already basically had a fertilizer state in play already because I had grass down on these parts of the field previously, and because I had a previous crop in the ground, the game has already kind of granted an advanced fertilizer state. So those parts of the field are already on the second stage of fertilization, but we're going to have to come back and hit these areas where we merged the field uh, on another day here so that we can advance the fertilizer state. But it won't be a huge deal if I'm not able to get that, because all the grass will still grow at the same rate. I just might take a slight hit on my yield bonus. I want to try to get that all evened up. So hopefully the game will let me. Actually, let's test one other thing here real quick. So I still have my leased equipment. Yeah, and as you can see here, we've as also discussed here, so we can make sure that our grass is on the right harvest cycle so we can get 5 harvests a year. We had to plant grass on these fields, so that means we had to go We didn't necessarily have to plow, but I wanted to just start, you know, start fresh, if you will. So I went ahead and plowed, and plus I had to merge the field anyway, so it just made sense just to go ahead and just kind of refile the whole field anyway, so we can kind of get everything, even, or at least set up a scenario where everything should be more even. And as such, we plowed. We had to come through with the stone picker, and that's where we released the stone picker. We got the stones off of all of our fields. Then we came through with the lime spreader, put some lime down, then we planted, and that's how we hit the second fertilizer state, because putting lime down with grass at least does grant um, a fertilizer state. And then we got to the second fertilizer state with the grass by coming through with the roller, and that gave us the second fertilizer state. Because technically, when you do come through the lime spreader, it actually gives the field a cultivated state, which is also a fertilization stage. But certain crops behave slightly differently depending on the crop, and grass is one of those crops where you don't have to jump through a lot of hoops to get your fertilization states and such. I'm trying to see if I can come in here with the fertilizer spreader. But I still have lime in there, and I don't have a way to sell the lime, as I didn't get it all in there. So what I'll probably do, it's going to look ugly, but I don't think it'll cause any harm, is I'm just going to come out here and we're just going to turn the lime spreader on and just spread some lime out here, even though we don't need to put any more lime down on the field. I don't think it would hurt anything per se. It just won't have any effect, but I just need to empty the spreader. Now let me see. Now I'm going to buy some fertilizer, and I'm going to see if it will kind of, I should have used my liquid fertilizer actually. Actually, I still can. Like, what am I thinking? In fact, I forgot all about that when I was doing the fertilizer. That's right, because I came through the roller. But let me see if we can put down liquid fertilizer or solid fertilizer, and if that would change the fertilizing state for those sections of the field that are at a different fertilization state. So we're going to go ahead and test this theory real quick. Excuse me. Straight ahead. I should just kind of be able to just go straight ahead. Let me see if that makes a difference. Go. All right, doesn't look like it's having any effect right now. No. Doesn't appear to be. Let me click off that filter and click back over to make sure it's not doing anything. Oh well, worth a shot. Now, if we don't get snow down when we move to the month of December, I should still be able to come in there and theoretically fertilize that section of the field, and we go ahead and we get our second state. But we'll see. But that's how it should work. At least that was how it worked in Farming Simulator 22. But don't quote me on 25 yet, because there are definitely some functionalities with crops that have changed between the two versions of the game. But as it stands, I think we are pretty much done with that particular issue. Now I'm going to take a peek at contracts. I'm not going to get caught up in deviating in working contracts where we continue to be contract simulator. So we're going to ignore some of the more tempting contracts that are out here, but no, thankfully there's not that many. There's not any that really are. They're all pretty much low-paying stuff, and we make more money, or we will make more money by advancing what we're already doing on the yard right now with our animals. That's another thing I got to bring up, but we're going to come back to that issue. But I have an issue I discovered with the animals that I may have covered it while I was on live, but got sidetracked and just forgot about it. But with our cows, I've kind of been driving by and like we've been doing stuff with the cows. We got the whole new cow barn, and I totally spaced out or forgot the reason why we got the new cow barn, and that was because we wanted to do milk, among other things. um, and we have not, but the problem is we only have cows in the barn right now that are beef production cows and don't produce milk. Because one of the things I forgot to do was actually go in here and purchase some cows that produce milk. Like how we did with the other animal barns, we kind of had a sample of each type of or if you will, each breed of a certain type of animal in each of the different animal pens, but we forgot to come back and do that with the cows. So we're gonna have to, uh, and I'm gonna get them from the animal dealer, and we're gonna do them the realistic way, at least as far as this part or aspect of the game is concerned. Why is the animal dog was being a dog? The animal dialogue was being a little testy there, or a little quirky. But we have Angus cows in the pen. We have a total of 9 Angus cows, and we need to go get 9 of each of the other types of cows, and that's going to be a starting number. But I just want our cows to kind of progress together. Um, I guess we could go ahead and do one other thing, though, and just balance this out so that all our cows are kind of progressing at the same rate, and they're all on an even scale, and we're just kind of going to start over and just kind of, I think I'm just going to reboot with the cows, so all the cows are at the same growth state as we, and that kind of sucks, but because we're going to cut, well, no, not entirely, because it's all for the most part going to be profit, because we started out with 3 cows and we've raised 6 more cows, and we're basically going to be selling all of those for uh probably a modest profit, although I I don't know entirely because I didn't keep records on how much our feed costs might factor into that, and what our actual numbers would be as far as profit is concerned, because we weren't making any money back from manure or milk sales or even beef sales. Because one of the things that we're going to have to be tracking with the beef cows, at least, is once they reach the age of maturity, as these 3 are, we we need to go ahead and sell them, because they're not going to get have any more value at that point, and they don't produce at this point. They're only just eating. Excuse me. So you're you're adding more to your cost for the animal, and you're not making any profit from it. So we just with the beef producing cows, we just got to remember that we're tracking what their age is, so we can come in there and sell the mature ones and still cycle the young ones around. And for the milk producing cows, we won't have to do this cycle, but for the ones that are sold for beef production, we will. And while I'm on that tangent, I also need to check something with the sheep, because I don't know. we have any non-wool producing sheep? Because I know in 22 there was some breeds of sheep that we raised for meat, while we had other sheep that were just for wool production. I forgot all about that as well. So let's check that on the sheep as well. All right, so open animal dialogue. And on the sheet, we have okay. Now I want to try to get in this menu. Okay, there we go. Because this one gives you the helper text about, okay, the land race produces wool. The Steinchaff produce wool. The Swiss Black Brown Mountain produce wool. The Black Welsh Mountain produce wool. And the goats they don't give you wool, but they give you goat milk. Okay, so we're good. No. Okay, so that did change from Farming Simulator 22 as well, because Farming Simulator had a couple of different sheep breeds that didn't produce wool, but they had sheep that could be sold for meat production. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to kind of play this realistically, and only in part because we're not that far from an animal dealer, so doing this drive won't be too crazy. So we're going to go, first of all, we're going to go to the dealer, or to the shop, and lease, oh good gosh, why is this tractor still so hard to drive? The oversteer is still way too loose, if you will. And I'm sure, I know they did that to kind of simulate, okay, how tractors can be difficult to control, but they kind of overdid it. We're driving a tractor and not a NASCAR race car or something. All right, so let's go to the shop and then come over back to the farm. We're gonna pick up our cows that are mature. We're gonna sell those cows. Crash counter +2. And for you guys that are wondering, like, what the heck is he talking about, the crash counter? Like, that's just got a little running total for any crashes I have in game. I keep a counter going. That's just a little sidebar, humorous type of thing. I know, yeah. Some folks might not get my sense of humor. It's a little quirky at times. All right, while we're here in the shop, let's see what items that we have on sale in here that might be of interest. Got a sugar beet harvester, the Moss 5. We got a PWO bell loader, PWO 24, that does square and round bells. 10 for 10 grand. Not interested right now. We got a wind rower, the Pottinger Top 1403C. And we got a chrome header for forage harvester, the XDisc 620. Does forage from the crop types indicated below. See, you got grass, wheat, barley, oat. That's the other two symbols are. Is that peas and sunflowers? I think there are two of them there. I don't know that little yellow one. I think that might be canola. And I don't know what that other one is with the little brown bud there. And then the one that looks like kind of like peas and sunflowers. All right. But that is not why we're here. In fact, I hopped out. I'm so easily distracted sometimes. All right. So we want to lease a piece of equipment so we can transport our animals. So we're going to go to the animal section of the vehicles menu here. Where you at? And we want to go over to animal transport, and these are our current transport options. Not a lot is in the base game. In fact, one issue of discussion that I do have with 25 versus 22 is they cut down quite a bit on some of the vehicles that were available in the base game, and Farmers Simulator 22 versus what's available in Farmers Simulator 25. I don't understand all the logic about that, but Giants did announce online that they would be for a lot of vehicles, base game vehicles that were in 22 that were not in 25. They would be releasing a few of those in the mod hub, but that's still not the same as being in the game from the start, because even those giant mods count against your mod space in the game, available mod space in the game. So it's okay, but still not satisfactory per se. This is the cheaper of the two trailers. We don't. $125,000 Wilson trailer requires. Although we do have a semi now. I forgot all about that. But that's a lot. That's steep lease cost right there. We need to save some money for the animals. So we're gonna go with the cheaper one. We're gonna, because even the big trailer only holds 12 cows versus the small one will still get you half of that number, and there's 6 cows, and it acts basically. This one basically doubles the capacity of this one, but this is still what, over 3 times the price of this one, and the benefits on the numbers are not that significantly different where it should be 3 times. But I digress. So we're gonna lease the fleet Flygo the fly. How do you pronounce this? The Flygo Noah TTW 140 animal transport trailer. Let's go ahead and lease that bad boy. Yeah, the leasing costs there. I kind of glossed over that too quickly. Sorry about that. All right. Ah. Excuse me. My throat didn't start messing with me until until I got online and started talking. Sorry about that, guys and gals, ladies and gents. All right, but we're gonna help mosey on back to our main farm because we got some things to do as far as these animals are concerned. First order of business is we're going to sell a few beef cows. And again, the steering seems like it's gotten worse instead of better. Alright, let me see how I want to get in here. Let's do this. Alright, let's get it backed up in there. Not the chicken coop. I know we will probably take a look at that too. I don't want to hold off on any egg sale. We reach the month when we get the best price on the market. If that chart doesn't change up on us again, yeah, when that prices chart kind of shuffled around, that kind of messed up some of the potential plans I had as far as sales, and threw my whole schedule off because I was holding stuff into a specific month so we can get the best price. All right, so let's open. I thought it automatically would give us the open animal dialogue. All right, now this is where we want to be. The first thing we want to do is go ahead and pull up our, grab our 3 mature cows, the ones aged 60 months. So we're going to get all 3 of those out of here, like so. Move those to the trailer. And now you should have the two younger versions of the cows. You got the the calf, then you got the middle-aged ones, and then you got the mature ones. And I don't know what the particular gestation period is for each stage, but I'm guessing. But it's no, because it's saying they're 16 months right now, right? Yeah. So I don't know what the number is for when they'll flip over to being full-fledged mature cows, but that's another topic for another day. So right now we want to start uh, with six of each breed if we can afford it, and that's a 3 and 3. Or should we just do 6 calves for each one and then let those? But then that means we also want to go ahead and sell these 3. Let's sell all out and make sure they're all on the same um, schedule here, if you will. Yeah. Okay. And move y'all. All right. The trailer's full, right? It only holds 6 cows, I think, and that's why we're not getting the option. Let's go ahead and sell these fellas. But I guess we could, just to kind of, in the interest of time or whatever, let's go back over here and see if we can just go ahead and sell the rest of those calf, and then we'll go buy some more animals. All right, get in the open animal dialogue. No, I'm not. I'm trying to move the ones out of the pen. There we go. We want to sell these fellas. Excuse me. All right, there we go. So now it should be empty. Now we'll go get our animals, and we're gonna get all calves, and it's gonna take us a little bit for the little fellows get mature, and we start getting our milk and all that good stuff, because we're gonna start with calves, I think, and then we'll just make sure all our cows are kind of on the same cycle. And we originally started with 3. I don't know if got to be careful with our spending on these animals. When we had the original farm, we started with 3, so I'm wondering, is that number we want to start with for each of the different groups of the cows? And think about that a little bit as we're driving back over here to animal dealer. I'm kind of having to think about that on the fly. So let's go over here. And see it. All right, and let's open the animal dialogue. And I'm gonna go mosey over to the trailer and do 3 and sell our 16-month cows. That gives us $6,320, not too bad. And then sell our 3 mature cows, and that gives us a nice little round sum of $7,500. All right, but now we're gonna go back and invest that cash flow right back into the barn. And like I say, can we? Oh, we're doing. How do we flip over to pigs? We want to be on cows. All right. All right. And these are the different groups or breeds of cows we have. We have brown stiff. Man, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble spitting out certain words today. We have brown Swiss. We have Holstein. We have Angus. We have Limousine. And we have the water buffalo, which is a new species added for Farming Simulator 25. The water buffalo eat the same materials as the cows. And what else we have here? That's pretty much it. They're pretty much the same as the cows, otherwise, except they produce milk, buffalo milk instead of your regular standard dairy milk. Excuse me here, my throat's really messing with me right now. All right, so let's go ahead and get this loaded up. We can only do, I think, 9 at a time. So let's do 3. Yeah, we'll do 3 of each group. Oh, wait a minute. Did we buy them? No, yeah. 3. You want to do 3 or we gonna do 6? Well, technically, we'll have enough cows in there. Well, once they start breeding, we'll be those numbers will bump up naturally, except for the meat cows. So we'll do the 3. Do only 600 though. So if we were to go all the way up to the 6, that'd be 1200. Yes. And since that's the capacity of the trailer, that kind of sets our number for us. So that kind of frames it nicely, actually. And we only could, so we're gonna pick, I don't know how many separate trips here. But yeah, we're gonna grab some dairy animals now. Except that not all of the dairy animals will be producing milk. Speeding by there. Almost about to miss my turn. Alright, so we're heading back to the main farm. We're going to unload our 6 cows into the cow barn. I forget what breed they are right off the top of the dome, but we'll see here once we get into the animal dialogue. Whoa. Still too wide. Now let's see if we can get lined up and back up this trailer properly. Tight angle. Nope, missed it. Okay, you're still not cutting out. Alright. Well, let's go old school. That we can get that angle. Alright, I got the animal dialogue. Except now. Okay, where? Oh, dang it, I had it. 6. Move to husbandry. Okay. And now we go over here and go and look at the cow barn. Go back in the animals dialogue. Go to animal dialogue. All right, so let's say again, go back in the animal dialogue, and you can see we got 6 out of 50 possible cows in the barn. So we can see those are the brown Swiss, although it should break them out here in this other screen, but it's okay. Excuse me. Oh, it's getting really bad here. Let me see if I can something on my throat here real quick. Just bear with me for a moment, guys. All right, there we go. Okay, so we have our first load of cows. We need to go get a few more. Let's roll on back over to the animal hill. Occurred to me, David. Oh, yeah, never mind. Heading to the animal dealer here so we can grab our next group of cows. Open animal dialogue, and we have brown Swiss. So next up we want to have what was it, 6 Holstein. Let's do it this way, okay. And after we do that, we'll have a few more breeds to go. We'll have Angus, we'll have Limousine, and then we'll have the Water Buffalo. So we got 3 more groups to pick up. Okay, I don't see any animals in the trailer. Did we make the purchase? All right, so now we got 6 Holstein in the trailer. Let's go take those over to the main farm. All right, so we made it back to the the main farm. Yeah, my apologies. Still trying to get my throat cleared up here. I don't know why it's going all the way out right now. See if I got it back up in there till we get the head of my dialogue. There we go. And we want to deliver these guys over to the animal husbandry. And there we go. Got 6 animals, and we click A to move to the husbandry. Yep. We get the little "Are you sure?" screen, and yep, we do. So all right, so it's the second load. Still got 3 more to go. So let's head on back over to the shop. No, actually, no. We've covered it. Doing real. I'm not going to sit here and do all the animals that way and make that many trips. We could save a little bit of money, but we're not buying that many animals anyway. So let's go ahead and speed this up a little bit because I want to be able to kind of get in here and do some different things. There's one other thing I didn't cover is in addition to getting a patch on Tuesday, they did actually also put out a few mods. I didn't install all of them because I'm already kind of reaching the point with where storage where concerned about we're running out of space, even though I know we still don't have a ton of that stuff out there. But if you basically, for the most part, if you're on Xbox or console in general, whether that be Xbox or PS5, us console players have a limited amount of space for the game and in downloads for the game. So when so at a certain point, once you have enough mods installed and your percentages of what you have in storage start to increase, you're going to start to be concerned about how much you have installed at one time. And you're going to reach a point where you're going to have to kind of manage what mods you have installed and what you don't, and uninstall a lot of those mods that you don't. All right, but all that being said, we got Holstein and Brown Swift in the cow barn, and we need to add the 6 Angus ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so there's your baby Angus. And next up is the baby limousine. Same deal. And then finally, your water buffalo. And there we go. And so all our cows are kind of little ones right now. They're not going to demand that much food. Water is already built into the facility, so we don't have to bring water over here to animals. But they're not going to produce much slurry or manure for right now. And it shouldn't also eat up that much TMR, but we'll see. Next up, where we at? We got everybody in there, didn't we? All right, so we got the cows in there. We can kind of go through our animals and see what their needs are. They are demanding a bit um, on the TMR side of things, so I could go ahead here. I think I will go ahead and get the tractor up there. TMR mixer going ahead and add some feed. All right, so let's give them some total mix ration. And now we'll go back and look at the food, and they should be good to go. I could probably stand to also get a little bit of straw, but that's not a high demand thing right now. But we can address that in any other time in the future. Just don't forget that that's a need for your animals. All right, so where are we? When lost my train of thought there. All right, so we got the cows. They're good to go. Let's see. Tab over to our sheep. A sheep could use a little bit as well. Could go ahead and top off the grass real quick as well. Where are my trailers at? Sell my trailers. Where are my trailers at? Oh, duh. Having a senior moment there, guys. Sorry about that. Excuse me. All right, so let's go grab some grass here. That went too quick. Didn't mean to get that much. At least we have a place where we can dump it and still get use out of it. Because whatever extra grass we have left over, we'll just dump that in the fermenting silo. That can be used towards one of the many production chains we have in there. All right, so where are we at now? Okay, our sheep are well fed. The only demand they have is for the food with the grass. Next up, let's see. Again, guys, sorry about my throat. It's really messing with me now. Let's get a little barley feed for cows. I think we still have some in storage, don't we? Let's peek here. All right, why am I not getting the filling here? It's weird that you gotta be all the way over here for it to pop up. Let me get all the barley out of here. Don't get 86 to 1. Chickens, not pigs. I don't remember which one I'm trying to do here. All right, so we're gonna go over here to the chicken coop and back up here to the feed area. Drop our barley in there, and that took all. They took all of that, and we still got a little bit of space. So let's go ahead and top it off. Top it all the way off, I should say. Alright, let's back up. Just a little bit of barley. So we'll try to turn around so we can go home. Oh my, that's bad. I'm not going to talk as much for the moment. Right, we're going to start filling with a little bit of barley. As you can see, that even that small amount hit me at over $4,000. That should be enough to go ahead and top their feed, the chicken feed off. Alright, and we can go ahead and put our leftover barley back in storage till we need to get to feed the chickens again. And just have to remember the next time to come here first before I go buy any additional crop. And as I also said, once our grass gets going, then we're gonna switch over from grass to barley on field 2 in the future, once we get closer to the month that we can actually plant our barley. And we're going to cycle this field into a barley field, and that will give us straw as well, plus the barley crop. And we'll mostly be producing that so we are able to feed our chickens, but depending on how much barley we produce, we will also sell some barley once we get to that point. All right, so what else we got on here? So we covered on our animals, we covered the cows, we covered the chickens, we covered the sheep. I think we're all right now. Oh, we didn't do the pigs, did we? Always have to be somebody. Crash counter +3. And now we want to get a pig food. And looks like we overshopped again. Some pig food here. Alright, so we got the pig feed down, so now our animals should be good. Just have to figure out what I'm going to do with this extra pig food. And this is a good moment to segue into coming back, and I think we're going to put down a different silo on the farms so that we have access to the multi-fruits and not being locked in. I understand that being locked in with one crop is more realistic than a lot of other things we do in the game. But I like to play with some kind of balance toward simulation and also just being a game and a fun game at that. Alright, where are we at here? Kind of beating out here. Gotta figure out what we're gonna do with this pig food. Actually, I'll just park the trailer here and we'll just have that obviously dumping into it. And runs out, so let's just go ahead here about the tractor here. Actually, let's just swap this out because we're gonna. That was so not what I wanted to do. Right. Well, eventually, I was gonna crash into them, but that sucks. I don't want to move any of this stuff yet. So now that's going to be the way when I cut through. Let's see if we can still put them back on there. We're ready to move them. Actually move them. I've been struggling with driving all night, so that's kind of what it's been. Close enough. I might have to end up pulling those out and store them somewhere else anyways, depending on how long I have to wait before a month rolls around and we can sell it for the best price. That's everything with our animals now. For the most part, I say our pigs and the cows could use a little straw, but we're not going to press that issue right now. So I think we're done here for today. So let's go ahead and first of all deal with our lease equipment. Let's see. Save that seed and fertilizer for that seed for when we need it again. That seed and fertilizer. All right, now go back to lease, return, return to Scorpio, stone picker, the TTW 140 return, a Coon Axis 402 spreader return, and the 9MT plow return. The Punch SBX 816 return. Supima fertilizer trailer return. And the Ozdakian RC 950 roller return. And finally, the tractor itself, the Valtra S286. Just been fun riding around with a big tractor, though, but we don't need you anymore. All right, now that's it. So from here, what do we need to do next? And as I did indicate in last week's episode, that we are also going to place down a different sawmill once our current sawmill exhausts all its supplies. So I don't have a way where we can take the wood out of here that we already have in here. And so that's going. I don't have anything majorly interesting in the world of contracts, and actually I'm kind of thankful for that. Oh man, excuse me, guys. If we don't have any other pressing concern, I'm going to go ahead and move it to the next business day. We got everything taken care of for November that we needed to do. Most important thing being that we got our grass down and planted, so we're going to go ahead and advance time to the next month. All right, so now we're into the month of December. And we shouldn't have that much going on with animals per se because we fed them. Shouldn't be consuming their food that much quickly right now. Chicken's probably going to be a group that's grazing the most now because we have more of them than other animals in other categories, and other animals are too young to really be hitting supplies majorly, and that we don't have those numbers right now, but those will change over time. Now, one thing I want to check out real quick before we jumped into anything else, to grab one of our tractors here, and let's see if we can go ahead and touch up that area of the field that was in a different fertilizing state. Let's see if it works now that we're in a different month. All right, where were we? Let's go here to soil composition, and you can see the ruts in the area of the field that we merged, if you will. That's the area we want to cover. So let's get the fertilizer spreader spread out. I was doing so well earlier, and now my energy is kind of tapered off significantly. As it looks like the stress or whatever of the day job has finally gotten to the point where I've figured out with our energy. Okay, this works. That's awesome. All right, I'm actually very happy about that. Yes, I didn't know whether this would hold up under pressure, but it looks like it is. All right, now let me make sure I'm in the right location for the second area that we need to fertilize. Let's see if this is it. I kind of overshot the mark a little bit here. Let's see. What about here? All right, should be right on it. So we kind of sort of just go on and go straight ahead. Should cover it. right, so do we hit it? We got it. So now all the battlefields are in the same state of fertilization. And okay, match. Up out of there, we take a peek at our production chains to see if we have any needs there. Oh, we got a nice, pretty penny on a cultivating contract that might be worthwhile. We're going to go ahead and borrow items and have that running in the background. Should be able to turn a AI worker loose on this one. Maybe it won't bug out. And it's on farmland 87, so let's tell them to drive to that destination first. So we got our cultivator on site. Let's go ahead and dial that up real quick. Get that key for activate AI worker. And let the AI worker do their thing. And that's all we got. So we're just gonna wait on that to finish. And let's see. While that's going on, take a peek at our production. Sawmill still has 67% of wood in there, so we still got a bit to go before it'll be ready for the selling. Fermenting silo is low on grass and hay. Of course, has mineral feed in this, and silage we've already produced and continue to produce. All right, so I'm looking at the fermenting silo. We are out of certain supplies that we need for it to keep going. So let's go ahead and kind of get that going a little bit. Just grab a couple of things real quick here. One of our tractors. Let's grab our water tanker. Where are you at? And we'll fill it up. And we'll probably, we want to go ahead and just start topping off the water. let's go grab a little bit more water. And just make sure we got the water topped off. And so getting close to the end of tonight's episode, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out tonight. My apologies for starting off with a little bit high energy and then kind of dipping down into the low energy tonight. Gotta hopefully be able to do it again. When we do it again, to be better at that. All right, another load of water. And this thing pumps 2 million liters of water, so we're not filling up that much. I would top off a couple more loads of water here and then call it a day. How's our cultivating guy doing? He's still going. Grab one of our trailers and load up on some of the other materials for our fermentation silo production. Before we overspend on items, let's go see what we can pull out of our I got rid of the trailer, so we'll just have to manually do it the cheesy way a little bit. I'm gonna use the trailer unless I have to. Got salad straw. Awesome. Pull all these out. Pull one salad straw out. Square bale straw. 6 round hay bales. utilize this piece of equipment. Moving the bales around. Oh, going in here. The bell spikes don't have a collision, and that's okay because we're gonna use our handy dandy straps functionality. Grab that wheel and bring it on home. Turn that bad boy down right here. Rinse and repeat. And now let's get to these hay bales. Go ahead and drop those in the mix too, like the Helmets. MC Hammer say, they put me in the mix. Let's put them in the mix. That way we won't have to spend quite as much money supplying the silo. Train of thought again. Sorry about that. Another senior moment brought to you by Bose A831 Gaming. Let's go. And the rest of the way, once we buy hay, we won't be dropping any hay in here. We'll just be dropping grass in here, but we're going to get rid of our current supply of hay bales. So it's to feed that production. So if nothing else, we make money off the sale of that material. eventually we're probably going to max out on a TMR. We'll probably at some point also have to pull out our digestate and store it somewhere else so that we can have it on the ready for fertilizing our crops. That's a free fertilizer, basically. Or we could just sell it outright. Either way works. And the sawmill just is dropping blankets there as I was surprised while we were driving by. Accidentally spurred that because those are liftable. I'm going to go ahead and pull these planks off so that we can have room for whatever else wants to spit out to come on, pop on up. And we'll just set those on our low loader so that we can go sell them at a later point in time. Arguably for the best price, but that's not that big of a deal because these are also feeding some productions that I do not own. I can still go over to those and sell the raw materials that in the toy tractor maker and the playground hall. And while we're on, let's take a look at that. Where we at? Well, look at the prices first, and then we'll kind of gauge when will be the best months to go up there and sell those materials to that production. And let's see. No furniture. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. There you got your planks. And allegedly now the best price will be in June for the planks and in October for the long planks. I might not wait that long. We don't have a production that produces prefab wall. And the other thing was the wood beam, but although we don't have any wood beam out right now. No wood chips either. Wood beam would be sold in December, which is the month we're currently in. Interesting that planks are in June. Planks long are all the way in October. They're all over the place. And I thought I had a crop I was supposed to sell, didn't I? Did I forget to do that? I think I did because we were supposed to move wheat. Right? We forgot all about it. Oh no, we're good. We're in December. Alright, that's going to be our last act today then. Oh, forgot to look at the price. Let's try checking out the price first before we talk about moving wheat. Alright, the best place to sell our wheat is, survey says, 1,067. Looks like the winner is the grain mill, even though the price is trending down. Still $1,067. Let's see. Grain River Silo, right? Or is that the grain mill? Sorry. And we're not done with you either, fella. Let's go ahead let's go ahead and grab. Excellent. Thinking where we need to go do that sale. And that's probably going to have to happen off camera because we're about out of time tonight, and we're gonna go ahead and grab our wheat. And then we're gonna tell this fella in this grain mill, right? We're gonna tell this fella where you at? Okay, the camera's locked over here. Oh, don't like that. Not you. Okay, why can't I? Oh, there we go. And we're gonna go to create job, deliver. We said grain mill, right? And we wanted to loop, and that means when it loops, it's gonna come back to where it started at. So that we do want, and let's see if we can get it to go on a job, do that job. So Susie Q is on the way. Let's see if she can get it figured out. But that's probably going to happen off camera because we're coming up to the end of tonight's episode. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and checking me out. You've been tuned in to another episode of Bose 831 Gaming, live on Twitch. We're playing Farming Simulator 25. We're on the Riverbend Springs map. It's one of the 3 base game maps in Farming Simulator 25. I am Bose 831 Gaming on most of your major social media platforms, Twitter, or it's still Twitter for me, even though it's X. I'm still on that horrible platform. I still got to work on getting my Blue Sky account set up and going and rolling as well. With Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and so on and so forth. But wherever you're running across my content, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you like, let me know what you love. Let me know what you don't. Episodes of this Twitch series will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, typically in their entirety. That's where you're catching up on my content as well. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. The only way I can get better is with your feedback and provide you with the content and the things that you would like to see. In that case, thank you very much for tuning in and checking me out. And I'm sure I will catch you all on the flip side. Oh, that's probably a good area for a screenshot, is it? Alright, have a good night, everyone. I'm going to ride on out with that.